consumer's fault. Yes, obviously it's her fault, but it's y'all fault for believing in that she would be able to do a good first day pop-up shop knowing damn well she can barely run the online store. Like, y'all constantly get on the internet and bash her because y'all say that their sets never come on time, the sets don't be accurate, the sets never even come. Like, y'all complain about this girl bringing so much, but was the same people outside ready to shop. They're mad because it didn't go well. And yes,
mixed into this group of 130 people because, like, girl, we all big and we all black. So you're not gonna want to push past nobody.
I really wanted to quickly talk about this Body by Raven situation. Every time I think about it, I start laughing so hard. Raven Tracy is a social media influencer who is also known as King Combs. She has bodysuit line Body by Raven, right? And the girls are going crazy for Body by Raven. Okay, so this is some of the stuff that they have. So they had a pop-up shop in NYC and it was crazy, y'all. So we gotta react to some of the clips. Oh. Oh. Wait. Do you see how many people were there?
So today, me, my sister, and her best friend went to the Body by Raven pop-up shop in New York City. Here's a few things that went wrong, and here's some things that I feel like they could have done to make it better. So first of all, we got there around like 8 a.m., between 8 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. And while there were people that were there the night before, like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., that's not something you can really regulate. But by 8 a.m., I feel like there should have been some barriers put up that was indicative of where a line is going to be. By the time we got there was no indication of where the line was going to be. We just saw people. There were two separate lines. There was one closest to the store, and there was one across the street from the store. That kind of was a line where everybody else joined after, by the time we got there at 8 a.m. and the store opened at 11. So I feel like 8 a.m. would have been a nice time to start trying to gather and make some order amongst the line. Come back for part two. I got you.
I went to the Body by Raven pop-up in New York City, and this is how it went. I got there at around like 8 a.m., 8:30. The line was wrapped 3 times around the same block. I'm not even over exaggerating. It was insane. Obviously, a lot of people also camped out. So, you know, all of the 75 spots were already taken. So me and my girl decided to go do our own thing. We got back in the area around like 1:30. Why was the police there? The police were there. It was crazy. They were separating people. There was a lot of commotion, y'all. And supposedly it has sold out within like the first like 20 or 30 minutes. I don't know if that's exactly true. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I was hearing as I was passing by. I definitely loved the idea of a pop-up, but honestly, I think that it could have been organized like way more. The fact that people were like on top of each other for no reason was like insane.
Oh my god, they're getting busy at Body by Raven pop-up shop and had to shut it down.
Oh, not the black people fighting. Oh no. Oh, somebody said it's ghetto, right? Not Raven saying no fighting. You know what pissed me off about this video? Why is Raven standing there like... Why is Raven standing there like that? Why is she doing that? Like, are you serious? You see all this tired, dehydrated, angry, black and brown peoples all over the place, and you just sitting in there in the air conditioning looking at them, be like, don't fight, y'all, don't fight. I think it was that the first 75 people get like free stuff. They ain't get their free bodysuit. They ain't get nothing. And you just let it, and you want them to be calm.
a day off from work, and yes, I got my free bodysuit. This is 1 a.m. Then 2:30 a.m.
I hope you guys are on, but I hope you guys wake up for church in the
7:19
morning.
a.m. The crowd was crazy, getting a little loud there. It was so many people. 10:39 a.m. It got even more crazy, just wrapping around the block. Everything was closed off. And then they had the bodysuit sign there, the truck. We were supposed to get ice cream and pizza. I don't know what happened to that. Anyway, we finally got into the store at 1:05 p.m. Everyone was so nice. They were serving some water there. Yeah, so just looking around. So I got the pink suit for free, and I paid for the black one. So I got pink and black.
Okay, she got her suit.
The bag is so beautiful. I love it so much right now. And that's why I'm just taking a little selfie there. And there is Raven. And when I came out, it was still crowded.
The moral of the Body by Raven Tracy pop-up. Girl, I'm toe up from the flow up. It was hot outside, it was hot inside, it was drama outside. Too much. But we got what we needed. And I'm not gonna lie, like, the staff was mad nice. Raven was very, very nice. Like, she's actually a sweetheart. But tore up from the flow up. Toe up from the flow up. And they ain't had my waffle mix. Damn.
This reminds me of that time when they had Kais and I. He was like, oh, all my fans meet and greet, pull up with the Xbox. They were selling the Xbox or something, and then they tore up New York City. Yeah, a lot of people were split about this.
At this point, I'm just convinced that y'all do stuff literally strictly for the plot, because whether people just mad that they wasn't getting their Body by Raven pre-orders and now y'all waiting in line for a pop-up shop. I guess I understand it a little bit, because maybe you have a better chance of getting it in person than you are like the pre-order or whatever, but people was waiting for literally 8 hours on end. Like, I'm a victim of consumerism. Yes, I am. I love to buy stuff, but never in my wildest dreams can I ever imagine myself standing in line to buy something. Like, it's never been that serious. It's never been that serious. And then they were saying it was fights there, like it was a fight, people was passing out. It's literally June, y'all. It's hot. Did they even pass out water? They talk about it's supposed to be ice cream and pizza. Neither one hydrates. Was there water, electrolytes? No? Some salt at least? Like, but either way, you know, hopefully y'all got your outfits. I seen a couple videos, they got their outfits. But I just couldn't imagine myself doing it. I guess I literally, like I said, I would just be like, yo, I would have to do it just strictly for the plot, just to say that I did it.
Body by Raven Tracy had a pop-up in the city. And I keep seeing videos of everybody's so upset. Why are y'all so upset? Why do you want us to feel bad for y'all? Y'all continue to support these influencers and y'all continue to complain. You know what you're signing up for. You know exactly what you're signing up for. I seen some girl was like, there's no ice cream. She said there was going to be ice cream. There's no pizza. Did y'all even get your pre-orders yet? Did y'all even get why would they have ice cream? And then you wonder why people in there fighting and acting a fool. It's because they upset that they spent their money months ago, still ain't get their shit. Yeah. The only influencer I've seen who has like a successful business where I've never heard any complaints was Diera. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I've never heard or seen any videos complaining about her shit. But everybody the fuck else? Jayda just said that she was taking pre-orders with no intention of sending it on time. She was collecting data. And at this point, shout out to the influencer girl. I fuck with this. Because they know that they're going to make money off of y'all. And I love that for them. Women in STEM.
Women with nice bodies can sell y'all anything, and it needs to be studied. Because the way y'all acted over that Body by Raven situation, y'all standing outside in the hot sun, passing out for ice cream and pizza, just so that you can buy a 2-piece set that look like it came from AliExpress and Alibaba. It might be called Body by Raven, but you ain't got no body like Raven. You know how they say if a woman like a man enough, she'll lie to herself. The same must apply when y'all like certain women. Like Jayda, Wayda, and Raven. when y'all are really obsessed with certain girls, when they start these clothing lines and these brands, somehow you lie to yourself and think that you're going to look like they look in their clothes. But y'all lost the art of wearing clothes that look good on your body. You so caught up in these fads and these trends and trying to look like the next IG model that you forgot what you look like, how your body is shaped, and what actually looks good on you versus what looks good on other people.
So a lot of people brought up the fact that you guys are doing all of this for an AliExpress bodysuit with the logo on it. And there is some truth to that, in that, yeah, you could get a different bodysuit for cheaper from different places, from Shein and things like that, but people wanted specifically this one. And I think that the idealization of celebrities and the proximity to celebrities, of course, I'm not saying don't support her, don't support her brand. Of course, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that people want to feel in proximity to people that they aspire to be like, or feel like they want to be like. So it's not necessarily the bodysuit, it's what it envisions, right? I'm wearing a trendy bodysuit by a bad bitch. Like, you know, she dresses nicely. If I wear this bodysuit, I'm gonna be tea like her. And that sounds kind of like, what? But that's really the thing. We'll pay for Lululemon and Athletica and all these really expensive bodysuits, so why not support her, right? And I think that there is some truth to that, but I think that the issue is that this event wasn't really put in the way that it was supposed to be put. Again, it wasn't like coordinated well. Maybe they underestimated how many people were actually going to show up. But I think that two things can be true at the same time. We can support up and coming entrepreneurs and up and coming brands, but we have to understand that this event was not as organized and as put together as it should have been. There should have been a cap. There should have been tickets. It shouldn't have just been a pop-up. Maybe it shouldn't have been a pop-up, you know, because the amount of people that were waiting, and I had heard that a lot of people pre-ordered and didn't get their pre-orders. So there were some people there that were really trying to get what they wanted to get. So I think that sometimes when we are starting businesses, we are starting brands, make it organized, right? That is all that I think would have made this event really popular and wouldn't have made it so crazy, is that if people would have just did it organized, right? Another thing I really do want to bring up is that when it comes to influencer specifically events, the expectations should be lower. A lot of people were feeling like, why were people going this hard for these suits? This is kind of crazy. Like, they don't go hard for their education the way that they're going hard for these suits. People don't have the body like her. Why are they buying it? I think people can buy what they want to buy, but I also do think that we do have to stop and think, like, you know, is it worth it for me to be standing here in this line dehydrated? It seems like Raven had promised them food and ice cream and stuff like that, and there was no food and ice cream for people who were waiting in line. And so people were complaining about that, and then people on TikTok was dragging them for like, oh, you said, why are you asking a grown woman to feed you? But I do think that if she did promise that that stuff was going to be there, I do think it's valid to ask, right? Because now you're gonna go get something to eat and then your spot in the line is gone. One thing that can be learned is that it is a trial and error. This is Raven's first pop-up shop, so at least now she can know for the next time what to do next time for the better, and probably put a little more structure to it, because there is a huge demand for the product. Whether you think that there should be a demand or not, there is a demand for the product. So that's something to consider, and that's something to think about. So it's definitely a learning experience. But I do also want us as consumers to really think about, like, what are we consuming? What are we getting? Really underestimate the power of influence. And this situation really showed me that, like, people will do it. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the situation. What do you guys think about it? Have you tried the clothes? Do you like it? I don't know. But I'm your girl tuadior. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one.